Hey guys, so today we'll be talking about BTC, SOL, and ETH pairs. So, what are these? So you can go to here. You can go here and search ETH BTC. You guys have all heard of it, obviously. So what is this chart basically? This chart shows you the performance of Ethereum related to Bitcoin, right? So you guys can probably tell like this chart is like very different from the Bitcoin chart or the ETH chart. So yeah, so basically I'll tell you guys about the fractions first, right? So here so as you can see, Ethereum is the numerator and Bitcoin is the denominator, right? So let's say Ethereum is worth 5 and Bitcoin is worth 10. Just imaginary numbers, right? So the value here is basically in numerical terms 0.5, right? So now what happens when the denominator goes up? So if the denominator goes up, let's say 5 out of 15, right? So this is basically this becomes 0.33. So what do we understand from this, right? That if the denominator goes up, the value of the whole thing decreases, right? Denominator went up from 10 to 15, the value decreased from 5 to 0.3, right? Now what happens when the value of the numerator increases? Okay, so this becomes 7 and this becomes let's say the denominator also goes up, but it only goes up to 11. So what does this mean? So okay, I don't know why. What? Okay, 1 second. So annoying. Okay, so 7 divided by 11. So 6 3. Okay, 6 3. 6 3. Right? So what does this mean? So this basically means that the value goes up if the numerator increases more than the denominator, right? In percentage terms, obviously. That's what this means, right? So basically what you understood till now is that if the denominator goes up relative to the numerator, that means it decreases. If the numerator goes up more than the denominator going up, that means it still increases, right? So that's what it is. So I'll just get rid of all this. Yeah. So now let's talk about the chart. So let's say we're here, right? So or let's say we're here. So now what do you guys think happened here when this went up like this? So what happened here was let's say this is ETH, this is Bitcoin, right? So what happened here was both Bitcoin and Ethereum were going up, but ETH went up drastically compared to Bitcoin. So let's say Bitcoin went up 10%, but Ethereum went up 40%, right? That is why we had this. Like for these charts, for like Ethereum, Bitcoin, or some other coin divided by Bitcoin, if the chart is going up, it basically means that the coin which is divided by Bitcoin is going up. That means if the chart is going up, that means ETH is going up compared to Bitcoin. But when the chart is going down, let's say from here, what this means is Ethereum is going down but drastically compared to Bitcoin. So that means if it's going down, that means that ETH, let's say, goes down, let's say 10%, and Bitcoin goes down only 3%, right? So that is why we get this in the chart. right? So now let's take another example. Let's see, let's take Fatcoin. Right, so this is Fatcoin. Let's take the daily chart and okay, so I already have it here. Okay, so here, let's take 11th March. Here you can see this is Fatcoin by Tether USDT. So this is the normal Fatcoin chart. So from 11th March, it went up a lot. Now let's check Solana. Because Fatcoin is built on Solana. So 11th March, right? What was Solana doing on 11th March? It went up. This went up, right? Solana went up and Fatcoin also went up, as you can see here, right? This went up till like here. Let's say this went up 200%, right? From here, from 11 March, and Solana went up 31%, right? This went up 200%, and Solana went up 30%. So that means, from what I said, if you guys remember, Fatcoin went up drastically more. They both went up, but Fatcoin went up more than Solana. Like it's 200%, and this went up 200%, and this went up only 40%. So, what do you think the Fatcoin divided by Solana chart will be doing on 11th March? Right, let's see. Here we are, 11th March. Right, of course, it went up. Why it went up is because Fatcoin went up drastically compared to Solana, right? That's the only reason it went up. Now let's check the other way around. Let's check the other way around. So here we are, 26th March. We went down. We went down 45%. Let's check Solana. This is 26th March. We went down 22%. Went down 22%. So this works the other way around too. Right, 45%. So this basically means that Fatcoin upon Sol, this went down drastically. I forgot, but 40 plus or 40%. This went down 20%. So from those examples, numerator, fractional examples, when the numerator decreases drastically more than the denominator, the fraction is smaller, right? So this chart should basically go down, right? Fatcoin Sol chart should go down, and it did. 26 months, right? It did go down. It did go down. Right? So that is how altcoin charts work, right? These could be good for like entries and exits. So, for example, you could have entered when the Fatcoin Solana chart, broke, let's say this area, right? You could have entered here, you would have made a lot of money, right? So let's see, 19 March is here. You could have entered here, you could have rode all the way to here, because it broke the major resistance on the Fatcoin Solana chart. Right, so that is how you would trade on these alt pairs, as to say. yeah, that's it, guys.